It would probably go back to, do you have a handbook and you had proper training, and did that employee know that they needed to have their MFAs explicitly on? And if they didn't anyways, that would be a lot better on the claim. Of course, with employee, mishandling usually is covered under a lot of these cyber policies. The claim people would come back and say, did you have proper training? Did they know they were supposed to have this? Did you check on a somewhat regular basis that they were deploying this? And if you went through the proper procedures, that's what they're going to look for and would cover. There is part of insurance, it's called a prior acts exclusion or inclusion. So all of our policies include it as an inclusion. So if you come into the company 5 years after and you take it over, it would include acts prior, as long as you didn't have like exhibit or like extensive information on it. But I would check to make sure that if you are doing those acquisitions, that there is that prior acts exclusion, because you can only know what you know once you take it over. And it really depends, right? So like if you look at a D&O policy, like most of them are going to be the same, besides what the exclusions or inclusions are. So you look at like the first like 5 pages and you're like, oh, this looks great. And then like scroll to like page like 11, 12, when it says like, we don't cover actually this part, this part, this part, this part, and this part, right? I can't speak like broadly to what the coverage you would have would be, but I know that prior acts and like side A coverage too is pretty important. That protects like a new board or like your personal assets outside of the company as well.